Nora and the Stitch-Glow Path. As the silver moon began to rise over the whispering woods, Nora walked along a soft, mossy trail. Near the gnarled roots of an old oak tree, she saw a bright, metallic glint. Tucked into the velvet moss was a tiny, magical button forged from polished silver. When Nora picked it up, it felt cool and smooth in her hand, humming with a gentle, magical rhythm. Nora rubbed the silver button with her thumb, as if waking it up from a long nap. Wish, wish, whisper. Instead of a sound, the button released a soft, swirling cloud of Stitch-Glow sparkles. The sparkles were the color of moonbeams and lavender mist, weaving together through the air like glowing threads. The light floated forward, turning the dark forest floor into a bright path that looked like it was made of woven stars. "Is that the way to the pine needles?" a weary voice asked from behind the ferns. A father porcupine named Thorne waddled slowly into the light. His quills were dark, and his nose was twitching with sleep. "The woods are so big tonight, and the shadows are so deep. I cannot find the secret path that leads to our cozy bed, and my family is very tired." Behind Thorne, a mother porcupine named Mabel crawled forward, gently nudging a tiny round baby through the leaves. The little porcupine's name was Arlo. Arlo gave a huge, wide yawn and let his small, prickly head rest against Mabel's side. He was so sleepy that his little legs were barely moving, and he moved slowly through the dew-covered grass. Nora walked to the edge of the ferns and gave Mabel a reassuring smile. "Don't worry," she whispered. "My silver button will guide you. It knows exactly where the softest, warmest pine needles are hidden." Nora pointed the button toward the heart of the woods, and the Stitch-Glow sparkles began to dance, forming a bright, shimmering ribbon that floated just above the ground. Nora walked slowly along the trail, her footsteps making a soft hush-hush on the fallen leaves. Glow, stitch, sparkle. With every step, the button hummed a quiet, vibrating lullaby. Thorne waddled right alongside her, his tiny paws following the edge of the magical light. The Stitch-Glow made every tangled root and sharp stone easy for the father porcupine to see. Mabel and little Arlo moved onto the glowing stitch path. As soon as Arlo's tiny feet touched the light, he felt a surge of cozy warmth. The nighttime dampness didn't feel cold or chilly anymore. It felt like a warm, sun-baked stone. Arlo let out a tiny, happy grunt and snuggled closer to Mabel's side, no longer worried about the dark shadows under the bushes. But the woods were very wide, and Arlo's little legs were very heavy. Suddenly, the baby porcupine stopped walking and began to lean over, his eyes closing tight. Nora saw the sleepy little traveler and paused. She tilted the button very gently, letting a few Stitch-Glow sparkles fall right onto Arlo's back, helping him feel light and bouncy like a tiny glowing dandelion seed. Finally, they reached a quiet hollow where the moonlight hit a thick pile of soft, dry pine needles. Thorne and Mabel crawled slowly into the deep, fragrant bed. The Stitch-Glow from Nora's button followed them, filling the hollow with a soft, purple light. Thorne turned back and gave a grateful twitch of his nose. Nora watched as Arlo curled his tiny body into a tight, prickly ball in the center of the pine needle bed, safe and sound. Nora rubbed the silver button once more, a tiny, metallic shimmer that filled the woods with a peaceful silence. Then, Nora tucked the button into her pocket and headed home under the silver moon, her heart feeling as warm and bright as a Stitch-Glow sparkle.